The moving truck pulled away from 47 Rosewood Lane on a bright Saturday morning in June, leaving behind the Harpers, David, his wife Nicole, and their two daughters, 10-year-old Mia and 8-year-old Zoe. The house was beautiful, a restored Victorian with a wraparound porch and a backyard that seemed to stretch on forever. It was everything they dreamed of when they left the cramped apartment in the city. "Girls, stop running on the stairs," Nicole called out, laughing as Mia and Zoe raced to claim their bedrooms. David wrapped his arm around her waist. After years of saving, they'd finally made it. Their own home. A fresh start. A knock at the door interrupted the chaos of unpacking. Nicole opened it to find a woman about her age, maybe early 40s, holding a casserole dish covered in foil. "Hi, I'm Rachel Winters. I live next door, number 45. She had warm brown eyes and an easy smile that reached all the way to the small wrinkles at the corners of her eyes. "I know moving day is exhausting, so I thought you might like something you don't have to cook." "Oh my God, that's so thoughtful," Nicole said, genuinely touched. "I'm Nicole. Please come in. Excuse the mess." Rachel stepped inside, and within minutes, she was helping Nicole unpack kitchen boxes while they chatted. Rachel had lived in the neighborhood for 12 years, knew everyone, and had an encyclopedic knowledge of the best schools, doctors, and restaurants in the area. She was a widow, she mentioned casually. Her husband had died 5 years ago in a car accident. No children. She worked from home as a graphic designer. "If you ever need anything, I'm right next door," Rachel said as she left. "And I mean anything. I'm always around." Over the next few weeks, Rachel became indispensable. She introduced Nicole to the other neighbors, recommended a wonderful pediatrician for the girls, and even helped David fix a leaking pipe when he couldn't figure out the plumbing. She was always available, always helpful, always just there. "We really lucked out with her," David said one evening as they watched Rachel play tag with Mia and Zoe in the backyard. "She's like the neighbor everyone wishes they had." Nicole agreed, though somewhere in the back of her mind, a tiny voice wondered if Rachel was a little too helpful, a little too available. But she pushed the thought away. Rachel was kind. They were lucky. The first strange thing happened in August. Nicole came home from grocery shopping to find Rachel in her kitchen, putting away dishes. "Rachel, how did you get in?" Rachel turned, smiling. "Oh, you left the back door unlocked. I saw it when I was gardening and got worried. There've been some break-ins in the next neighborhood over, so I came to lock it for you. Then I saw your dishes in the drying rack and thought I'd help put them away." It made sense. Sort of. But something about finding someone in your house, even someone as nice as Rachel, felt unsettling. "That's really thoughtful," Nicole said slowly. "But maybe next time just lock the door? You don't need to come all the way inside." "Of course. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to overstep." Rachel looked genuinely mortified. "I just worry about you guys. You're like family to me now." Nicole felt guilty for making Rachel feel bad. No, I appreciate it. Really. Thank you." But that night, she made sure to lock all the doors. The second strange thing happened in September. Nicole's friend Jenna came to visit for the weekend. They'd been best friends since college and hadn't seen each other in months. Nicole was excited to show her the new house and catch up. Rachel met them on the porch as they carried Jenna's bags inside. "You must be Jenna. Nicole's told me so much about you." Rachel's smile was bright, but something in her eyes was hard to read. "I'm Rachel, the next-door neighbor." "Nice to meet you," Jenna said politely. That evening, as Nicole and Jenna sat on the porch drinking wine and talking, Rachel appeared with a bottle of wine of her own. "I thought I'd join you. Hope that's okay." It wasn't really okay. Nicole had been looking forward to alone time with Jenna, but how could she say no without being rude? After Rachel finally left around midnight, Jenna turned to Nicole with wide eyes. That was intense. She's usually not like that, Nicole said defensively. She's actually really sweet. She's been so helpful since we moved in. Nick, she barely let you talk. And the way she kept touching your arm, interrupting every time you started to tell a story. Jenna paused. Has she always been this attached to you? She's just lonely. Her husband died. She doesn't have kids. I think she's adopted us as her family. Jenna looked like she wanted to say more, but didn't. The next morning, she cut her visit short, claiming work obligations. Nicole knew she was lying. The third strange thing happened in October. Nicole came home early from her part-time job to find Rachel in Zoe's bedroom, going through her daughter's closet. Rachel, what are you doing? Rachel jumped, clutching one of Zoe's dresses to her chest. Oh, Nicole, you scared me. Zoe asked me to help her find her blue dress for school picture day tomorrow. She let me in. Nicole's heart pounded. Zoe is at school. She's been at school all day. Rachel's face went blank for just a moment. Then she laughed a little too loudly. I meant yesterday. Yesterday after school. She asked me yesterday. I told her I'd look for it today while you were at work. To surprise you. Rachel, you can't just come into my house when I'm not here. Not even to help. The door was unlocked. I locked every door this morning. I know I did. Rachel's expression shifted, something cold flickering across her features before the warm smile returned. Maybe David left one open? I'm sorry if I upset you. I was only trying to help. The girls ask me to do things sometimes, and I just want to be useful to your family. After Rachel left, Nicole checked every door. All locked, except the back door. But Nicole was certain she'd locked it. She remembered testing the handle. That evening, she told David what had happened. Maybe you forgot to lock it, he said reasonably. You've been stressed with work and the girls' schedules. David, she was in Zoe's room, going through her closet. That's not normal. Did you ask Zoe if she'd asked Rachel to look for the dress? Nicole had. Zoe said no, she hadn't. She'd found the dress herself days ago. David frowned. That is weird. I'll talk to Rachel, set some boundaries. But when David went next door, Rachel was apologetic and tearful. She said she must have misunderstood what Zoe said, that she would never intentionally overstep, that she was so embarrassed. David came home saying he felt bad for confronting her. She lost her husband, Nick. She's lonely. Maybe she's latching onto our family a bit too much, but she means well. Nicole wanted to believe that, but she started noticing other things. Items in the house weren't where she'd left them. Small things. A book moved from the coffee table to the shelf, the living room throw pillows rearranged, Mia's homework that had been on the counter now on the dining room table. When she mentioned it to David, he suggested she was being paranoid. The girls started mentioning that Rachel gave them snacks after school sometimes, even when Nicole had said they should come straight home. Rachel would be outside, waiting, and would invite them in for cookies. Nicole told the girls not to go to Rachel's house without asking first, but Rachel seemed to always catch them at just the right moment, when Nicole wasn't looking. Then in November, Nicole found the spare key missing from its hiding spot under the decorative rock by the back door. She'd put it there the first week they moved in. Now it was gone. David, I think Rachel has a key to our house. Why would you think that? I'm not crazy. I didn't say you were crazy. I just think you're stressed and maybe reading into things. Nicole felt incredibly alone. She started documenting everything, taking photos of how she left rooms, noting what time she locked the doors, writing down every strange occurrence. She installed a Ring doorbell camera without telling David. The camera caught Rachel trying the front door handle at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday, when everyone should have been gone. She tried it 3 times, then walked around to the back of the house, out of the camera's view. Nicole's hands shook as she watched the footage. She called a locksmith and had every lock in the house changed that same day. That evening, Rachel knocked on the door, holding a container of homemade soup. "I haven't seen you guys much lately," she said, her smile not quite reaching her eyes. "Is everything okay?" "Everything's fine," Nicole said, not inviting her in. "We've just been busy." "You seem upset with me. Have I done something wrong?" "I'd just like a bit more space, Rachel. You've been wonderful, but we need time as a family." Rachel's expression hardened. "I see. After everything I've done for you, all the time I've spent helping you, being there for your girls, treating you like family, this is how you repay me." "Rachel, I appreciate your help, but you know, Nicole, you're not as perfect as you pretend to be. I've seen how you yell at those girls, how you're barely home for them. They need someone and you're not always there." Nicole felt her blood run cold. "You need to leave." "I'm just saying, they're lucky they have me next door." "Rachel, leave. Now." Rachel's smile returned, but it was wrong somehow. All teeth and no warmth. "Of course. Forgive me for caring." But when David got home and Nicole showed him the Ring footage, his reaction wasn't what she expected. "She probably needed to borrow something and thought we were home. You're making it sound sinister when it's probably innocent." "David, she was trying the door handle, and she told me I'm a bad mother. She's probably hurt that you've been avoiding her. Look, I'll talk to her again, okay? Set firmer boundaries. But I think you're overreacting." Nicole felt like she was losing her mind. Why couldn't David see what was happening? That night, unable to sleep, Nicole did something she'd been avoiding. She Googled Rachel Winters. The first few results were normal: a LinkedIn profile, a portfolio of graphic design work. But when Nicole added husband and car accident to the search, something came up. A news article from 6 years ago in a different state. A man named Robert Winters had died in a single car accident. But what caught Nicole's attention was the next article, from the same local paper, dated 2 years before the accident. "Local woman arrested for stalking neighbor." Nicole clicked with trembling fingers. Rachel Winters had been arrested for stalking a woman named Jennifer Palmer. According to the article, Rachel had befriended Jennifer, then become obsessed with her family. She would enter their home uninvited, take personal items, and became hostile when Jennifer tried to distance herself. The charges were eventually dropped when Rachel agreed to move out of state and attend counseling. 2 years later, Rachel's husband had died in that car accident. Nicole kept searching. She found Jennifer Palmer on Facebook and sent her a message, not expecting a response. Jennifer replied within an hour. "Oh God, is she near you? Please be careful." The stalking was worse than the article said. She was convinced she was part of our family. Jennifer's message continued. "She started dressing like me, copying my hair. She took photos of my children and kept them in her house. When we got the restraining order, she showed up at my daughter's school. After she moved away and her husband died, I always wondered the Police said it was an accident, that he lost control of the car, but Robert had told me he was afraid of her, that he wanted to leave her. Part of me always wondered if it really was an accident." Nicole felt sick. Jennifer wrote, "When I heard about the accident, I tried to tell the police about her history, but they said I was speculating. They closed the case. I'm so sorry. She's found another family to fixate on. Document everything. Get cameras. Get a restraining order if you can. And whatever you do, don't let her near your children alone." Nicole showed David everything: the articles, Jennifer's messages, the ring footage, her documented list of incidents. Finally, David believed her. They went to the police the next morning, but without explicit threats or proof of illegal entry. Since the spare key couldn't be proven to have been taken by Rachel, there wasn't much the police could do. They could file for a restraining order, but they'd need more evidence of harassment. Keep documenting everything, the officer said. Install more cameras. Don't engage with her. If she violates your boundaries, call us immediately. Nicole installed cameras covering every entrance to the house. She told Mia and Zoe the truth, age-appropriate version, that Rachel was having some problems and they needed to stay away from her, that if Rachel approached them, they should come inside immediately and tell a parent. For a few days, nothing happened. Rachel's house was dark. Her car was gone. Nicole hoped she'd left, maybe realized she'd been found out. Then, on a Tuesday night, Nicole was putting the girls to bed when she heard the back door open downstairs. Her blood froze. David was at a work dinner. She'd locked every door herself an hour ago. She quietly told Mia and Zoe to lock themselves in Mia's room and call 911. Then she crept downstairs, her phone in hand, also dialing. Rachel stood in the kitchen, the lights off, illuminated only by the moonlight through the window. She was wearing Nicole's bathrobe, the one that had gone missing from the laundry 2 weeks ago. Her hair was styled exactly like Nicole's. Rachel, the police are on their way. You need to leave. I'm not leaving my home, Rachel said calmly. This is where I belong. With my family. This isn't your family. These aren't your children. You don't deserve them. Rachel's voice rose. You're never here. You work when you should be home. You yell at them. I hear everything through the walls. They need a better mother. They need me. She pulled something from the pocket of the bathrobe. A key, the original spare key Nicole had been looking for. I've been part of this family since the day you moved in. I've been inside this house more than you know. I've watched those girls sleep. I've cooked in this kitchen. I've slept in your bed when you were gone. She smiled. You didn't know that, did you? That afternoon you went to your... I tried on all your clothes. I read your diary. I know everything about you, Nicole. I know you better than David does. Nicole's hand shook, but she kept the phone up, recording everything. The girls love me, Rachel continued. They talk to me more than they talk to you. Zoe told me she wishes I was her mother. Did you know that? Zoe never said that. She will. Eventually. When you're gone. When I'm gone. Rachel took a step closer. It's not hard. Jennifer Palmer tried to ruin my life, but she made mistakes. She told people she was afraid of me, which made the police suspicious when I went near her. Rachel continued. You've been smarter. You kept your concerns quiet until recently. That's good. It means fewer people will question when something happens to you. Jennifer told me about your husband. Rachel's face contorted with rage. Robert was weak. He wanted to leave me. He didn't understand that we were meant to be together forever. The car accident was necessary. He would have ruined everything. Nicole ran. She bolted up the stairs, screaming for the girls to keep their door locked. Rachel was right behind her, grabbing at her hair, her clothes. They struggled at the top of the stairs. Rachel was stronger than she looked, fueled by rage and obsession. Her hands found Nicole's throat. You're ruining everything, Rachel screamed. Nicole couldn't breathe. Her vision started to blur. She clawed at Rachel's hands, but the grip was too tight. Then Mia's door burst open. 10-year-old Mia ran out with the baseball bat from her room and swung it at Rachel's back with all her strength. Rachel released Nicole's throat and stumbled. Nicole pushed her hard. Rachel fell backward down the stairs. She lay at the bottom, motionless, as police burst through the front door. Rachel Winters survived the fall with a broken back and severe head trauma. In the hospital, under police guard, she confessed to everything, stalking the Harper family, entering their home repeatedly without permission, planning to kill Nicole, and to murdering her husband Robert 6 years earlier. A search of her house revealed a shrine to the Harper family. Photos of all of them covered one wall. She had items stolen from their house: clothes, toys, family photos. She had Nicole's diary, which she'd photocopied entirely. Most disturbing was a timeline on her computer, planning out the next 2 years, when Nicole would have her accident, how Rachel would comfort the family, how she would gradually replace Nicole in every aspect of their lives. They also found evidence about Jennifer Palmer's family. Rachel had been tracking them online for years, watching from a distance, unable to let go. The psychiatric evaluation revealed a severe case of delusional disorder with erotomania-like features, though focused on an entire family rather than a single romantic interest. Rachel genuinely believed she was meant to be part of the Harper family, that Nicole was an obstacle to her rightful place. She was sentenced to life in prison for second-degree murder of her husband and attempted murder of Nicole. Because of her psychiatric state, she was sent to a maximum security forensic psychiatric facility. The Harper family sold the house on Rosewood Lane. They couldn't stay there, couldn't sleep knowing Rachel had been inside whenever she wanted, watching them, planning Nicole's death. They moved across the country to Oregon, where David had family. They went to therapy, all of them. Mia had nightmares about the night she hit Rachel with the bat. Zoe was terrified of any adult who showed interest in befriending them. Nicole struggled with trusting anyone, jumping at every sound, checking and rechecking locks obsessively. But slowly they healed. A year after they moved, Nicole received a letter forwarded from their old address. The return address was the psychiatric facility. Rachel had written to her. Nicole almost threw it away, but something made her open it. The letter was chilling. Rachel wrote about how sorry she was that things had gone wrong, but how she still believed they could have been a beautiful family together. She asked if Nicole would bring the girls to visit, said she dreamed about them every night. She signed it with love, your sister Rachel. Nicole burned the letter in the fireplace and filed a formal request that Rachel never be allowed to contact them again. But sometimes late at night, Nicole thinks about how close it came. How if she'd ignored her instincts just a little longer, if she'd let David convince her she was overreacting, if she hadn't found those articles about Jennifer Palmer, Rachel would have killed her. And David and the girls would have welcomed Rachel into their lives, never knowing the woman comforting them was the same one who'd murdered their mother and wife.